Most people are waiting for the right moment to start investing. The right amount, the right account, the right market conditions. Solomon identified that waiting as the single most destructive financial decision a person can make. And he did it 3,000 years before compound interest had a name. There is a principle embedded in Proverbs 13:11 that maps directly onto what modern finance calls compound interest. And the Hebrew behind the text reveals something about the mechanism the English translation completely obscures. By the end of this video, you will understand exactly what that mechanism is, why the math is more urgent than most people calculate, and the three-step framework to activate it, starting with whatever you have today. The Federal Reserve's 2022 Survey of Consumer Finances, the most recent triennial data set available, shows the median American household has less than $5,000 in retirement savings. Among households aged 35 to 44, the prime wealth-building decade, the median retirement account balance is $45,000. The Social Security Administration's 2023 Trustees Report projects that by 2033, without congressional action, benefits may be reduced to approximately 77 cents on the dollar. The average American is not building generational wealth. They are hoping a system that may not survive their retirement will carry them across the finish line. And most of them are waiting for the right moment to begin. The math started without them. Every month of inaction is a compounding cycle permanently lost. Not delayed, permanently lost. For the believer, that inaction is not neutral. 1 Timothy 5:8 frames it plainly. Failing to provide for your household is a denial of faith. The investment account is not a secular afterthought. It is the vehicle of obedience. Before the math, 60 seconds on the Hebrew text, because the English loses something critical about what Solomon was observing. Proverbs 13:11, ESV, wealth gained hastily will dwindle, but whoever gathers little by little will increase it. Here's what the Hebrew reveals. Gained hastily comes from hevel, vapor, vanity, the same root Ecclesiastes opens with, vanity of vanities. Wealth pursued through speculation, shortcuts, and get-rich schemes is vapor. It appears real and disappears before it reaches the next generation. Gathers little by little uses kabets, deliberate, consistent accumulation, not passive, not occasional, intentionally, repeatedly, over time. This word implies agency and sustained repetition, the consistent depositor, not the speculative gambler. Yarbe is from the root rava, to multiply or become many. Critically, yarbe is in the Hebrew imperfect tense. That tense describes continuous, ongoing action, not a completed past event, not a single future promise, a perpetual state of multiplication that continues as long as the conditions are maintained. Not it multiplied, not it will multiply once, it is continuously multiplying. This is wisdom literature. Proverbs observes patterns across human experience. Solomon isn't guaranteeing wealth to the consistent investor. He's observing that consistent, deliberate accumulation placed in a multiplying environment tends to continuously grow, while speculative wealth tends towards vapor. That observation maps directly onto 97 years of verified market data, and it connects directly to Proverbs 13:22. A good man leaves an inheritance to his children's children. You can't leave what you never accumulated. The inheritance requires the accumulation. The accumulation requires consistency. Consistency produces yarbe, the continuous multiplication that builds what the next generation receives. The S&P 500's compound annual growth rate from 1928 through 2024, based on NYU Stern professor Aswath Damodaran's historical data set, is approximately 10.2% nominal, with dividends reinvested. Nominal returns do not account for inflation. Inflation averaged approximately 3% per year over that same period. The inflation-adjusted real return is approximately 7% per year.
That's the benchmark used throughout this video. Not 10, not 12, the honest, conservative, inflation-adjusted figure, 7%. At 7% real return, $200 a month invested consistently for 30 years becomes approximately $244,000. Total contributed, $72,000. Amount created by compound growth, $172,000. You contributed $72,000. Time and discipline created $172,000 more. But here's the number that makes this accessible to everyone. $50 a month at 7% for 30 years becomes approximately $61,000. The contribution over those 30 years, $18,000. The compound growth, $43,000. For $50, the cost of 2 meals out, a person starting with nothing builds $61,000, most of it created not by them, but by the continuous multiplication of what they consistently placed in the right environment. That's Yarbe expressing itself as a spreadsheet. The rule of 72. Divide 72 by your annual return rate to get the approximate years for money to double. At 7%, money doubles every 10.3 years. $10,000 invested today, 10 years, $20,000, 20 years, $40,000, 30 years, $80,000. $10,000 not invested today, 30 years from now, still $10,000. Every decade you delay costs you one full doubling of everything you would have had. No raise, no windfall, no inheritance replaces the compounding cycles lost. Two people, both invest $200 a month at 7% real return. Person A starts at 25, stops at 35. 10 years, $24,000 total invested, never adds another dollar. Person B starts at 35, invests every month until 65. 30 years, $72,000 total invested. At age 65, Person A has approximately $263,000. Person B has approximately $244,000. Person A invested 1/3 the money and ends with more. The only variable was time. 10 years started earlier outperforms 30 years started later. Calculated at 7% inflation adjusted from the Damodaran dataset, not motivation, math. Solomon described the mechanism 3,000 years ago. Yarbe, continuously multiplying. The best time to start was 10 years ago. The second best time is today. Here is the 3-step framework to activate this starting today. Step 1. Open a Roth IRA. A Roth IRA is funded with after-tax dollars. Growth is entirely tax-free. Withdrawals in retirement are tax-free. That tax treatment matters more than most people realize. On the $244,000 example, in a taxable brokerage account, the $172,000 in compound gains faces capital gains tax at withdrawal. In a Roth IRA, it does not. The Roth structure protects Yarbe, the multiplied portion, from being extracted by the tax system at the moment you need it most. The 2026 IRS annual contribution limit is $7,500 per person per year, $625 per month maximum. Source IRS Notice 2025-67. Income phase-out begins at $153,000 for single filers and $242,000 for married filers filing jointly. Fidelity offers S&P 500 index funds with zero minimum investment and an expense ratio of 0.015% per their published fund disclosures. There is no financial barrier to opening this account today. The barrier is the decision. Step 2. Invest in low-cost index funds, not individual stocks. Ecclesiastes 11:2 says, invest in 7 ventures, yes, in 8. You do not know what disaster may come upon the land. Wisdom literature, not a financial prescription, an observation about the wisdom of spreading risk rather than concentrating it. According to the S&P SPIVA ratings report for year-end 2023, the most comprehensive active versus passive fund comparison in finance, approximately 90% of actively managed large-cap U.S. funds underperformed their benchmark index fund over the prior 20-year period. Individual stock picking is heavy. It feels active and intelligent. Over 20 years, it underperforms a simple index fund in 9 out of 10 cases. You're not trying to beat the market. You're trying to own it consistently for as long as possible. That's CABETS applied to a modern investment account. Deliberate, consistent, over time. Step 3. Automate and protect it. Set automatic monthly transfers from your checking account to your Roth IRA on payday. Not when you remember, not when the market looks favorable, on payday.
Every month, without negotiation. Markets will drop. There will be months where the balance falls below what you deposited and it feels wrong to keep going. Keep going. The compounding does not stop because the market had a difficult quarter. The accumulation must not stop either. Proverbs 21:5. Wisdom literature, observation, not guarantee. The plans of the diligent lead to profit, but everyone who is hasty comes only to poverty. The diligent investor is not the one who reacts to every market movement. They are the one who never stops. Open a Roth IRA at Fidelity today. Not this week, today. Go to fidelity.com, click Open an Account, select Roth IRA, fund with whatever you have, $25, $50, $200. Purchase FZROX, Fidelity's zero-fee total market index fund. Set automatic monthly contributions for your next payday. 4 steps, 20 minutes, $0 required to open the account. The math is not waiting for you to feel ready. 1 Timothy 5:8 is an epistle, apostolic instruction with direct application weight. But if anyone does not provide for his relatives, and especially for members of his household, he has denied the faith and is worse than an unbeliever. Provision for your household is a faith declaration before it is a financial strategy. The Roth IRA is not a secular tool with a Bible verse attached. It is the most efficient vehicle currently available for protecting and growing the inheritance Proverbs 13:22 commands a good man to leave. Open it today as an act of obedience. The compound interest is the fruit of that obedience, applied consistently over time. Now that you understand compound interest and why starting today matters more than starting with more, the next question is where this money comes from when the monthly budget is already stretched. Because automation only works if there is margin to automate. That is the next video, the biblical budget framework that creates that margin. The system Solomon used to manage a kingdom applied directly to your monthly paycheck. It is queued up right now.